It's my first time flying on Frontier Airlines, and it did not set a good first impression. From people getting kicked off to an annoying passenger yelling the whole flight, let's painfully fly to Orlando. Welcome back to the Buffalo Airport. Unfortunately, I caught the morning rush, so the lines for security and such were a bit longer than usual. The gate area is completely full. 230 people are getting crammed onto this 6-year-old A321 today, with the animal on the tail named Ferndale the Pygmy Owl, registered as November 705 Foxtrot Romeo under the call sign Frontier Flight 1039. The first thing I noticed, people were constantly getting pulled off to the side at the counter. Luckily I wasn't one of those people, but they made about half of the flight, maybe even more, stuffed their bags into the box up front to see if it fit, and if it didn't, they charged $89, no getting around it.
So he does. So at the table, we could provide.
As predicted, someone was in my seat that I paid $29 for, and had to get them convinced to move. I'm in seat 23A. That tray table is a joke, like why even have it at that point? The seat back pocket comes with an overpriced in-flight menu and a beat-up safety card. That armrest can speak for itself, and the actual seat, it's basically a padded bench with no headrest, which got pretty uncomfortable after an hour or so.
It's mid-cabin, 2 forward of the wing and 2 aft of the wing. Each is equipped with a box. Pull the strap to tighten.
I didn't choose to hold a giant camera up and record this happening, so I'll just tell the story. Before the pushback, some lady and her friend were insulting people in the aisle and cussing at random people while saying rude comments. The flight attendant walked over and said that they had to get off or deboard the entire plane. When I heard that, I thought, wow, I thought I'd never actually experienced this on a flight. Luckily, they got off and the plane didn't have to be deboarded, but so far, Frontier, not good.
Regulations require all customers to comply with the posted placards and lighted signs throughout the cabin.
Because of the incident, we ran about 20 minutes late for departure, but made up the time by the time we got to Orlando.
Hopefully, send us pictures.
Our 2-hour flight took us to a cruising altitude of 36,000 feet, and soon enough, snacks were offered. To get them, you had to call the flight attendants, pre-order your snack-sized food for an outrageous price of $4.50, then wait to be served. After spending a lot of money at the air show in Oshkosh, check out those videos by the way, I didn't feel like wasting nearly $5 for a pack of Cheez-Its. Oh yeah, and all drinks, including a simple cup of water, were $3.25 each. You might be wondering, what about the lady who was yelling the whole flight? Well, listen closely in these next few clips. I tried my best not to record all the chaos for most of the flight, but at this point I just gave up. The clapping you'll hear has been non-stop since departure, And the person loudly talking, the same one by the way, didn't help either.
Just leading her final descent into Orlando, we would appreciate your assistance in preparing the cabin for landing. Please check that your seatbelt is securely fastened and all your carry-on items are stowed. Computers and other large electronics should be stowed at this time.
On the descent, we flew through a few thunderstorms, which gave off moderate to heavy turbulence. Welcome to Orlando. Boy, am I glad to be on the ground, but why not? We had to sit at the gate for an extra 15 minutes. Let's review everything while we taxi. The seat was okay at first, but became really uncomfortable later on. It's cheaply made, which I expect from a low-budget airline. The crew was nice and dealt with all the unfortunate situations professionally. Great to see. So, my experience flying on this airline for the very first time was, well, chaotic. From the gate agents trying to squeeze every penny out of their customers at the last second, to multiple unruly passengers, I'll give this flight a solid 3.5 out of 10. I had low standards and expectations for this flight, so it wasn't surprising that everything extra, like food and drinks, would be so expensive. What I did not expect was to have someone be annoying the whole flight and people getting kicked off. I can't complain too much though, it got me from point A to point B, which is really all that matters. To be honest, the airline's bad reputation is probably because of the people who fly on it, and those $90 bag fees. On my return flight, it was a little bit better, but of course there were multiple screaming babies for most of the flight, and this kid kept reaching between my seat to shut my window every time I opened it. Really annoying. This goes right back to what I just said. It's not really the airline's fault, it's the people who fly on it who ruin the experience for everybody else. Even as I get off and go into the terminal, the fun still doesn't end. A nice warm welcome from a passenger yelling at a gate agent. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, explore from above, and I'll see everybody in the next one. Take care.